Ciao, lovelies. It's Friday. Super exciting. I'm going to give everybody a chance to jump on, or at least a little bit. Not super, super long to try and keep this short. But if you are catching this live, let me know. Comments are my love language, so that would be awesome. We are going over rituals for breakups, or a divorce, or an ending. That can be any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a friend. It can be a job. It can be a new phase in life. Rituals are all over the place, and I think we need to remember that there are things that we have in our life that we need to put a ritual around, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be a huge ceremony, but it will help. And visuals, in my opinion, are one of my favorite things to help heal, and I think maybe we should chat about it. Hi guys. Hi guys. All right, let me get up my notes because I don't want to forget anything. Look, I rubbed my face, so yeah, I'm marked. I don't know what I did. Rituals are vital. They are a must-have nowadays, and learning at the end of any type of relationship that it's the end of the relationship and not the end of you is just tough. Like, the relationship's over, but your life isn't. So we have to find that line where we can decide that it's okay to grieve the relationship, but it's also okay to continue moving forward. That we're going to see how much we can do with. Rituals create a sort of, well, no, not a sort of. Rituals create closure in that when you do these things, you're watching or actively involving yourself in the ending, and you know it's the ending, and that's your intention, is you're doing this to appropriate the ending, and it's necessary. It's removing your stuff from their house. That right there is, it's the parts of us that we don't want to see anymore. If they have stuff in your home, it's a ritual to go through and gather all their things and give it back, because if we don't see their things, then we don't see them. And if we remove their things, then we are removing them from right in front of our face, from an every second trigger. That's a ritual that we do. And you may not call it that. You may just call it, hey, F them, and they want their stuff out. But that's what you're doing, is you don't want the reminder, so you're removing it. And that being gone helps. Simple, but effective. What else we got? Letters. Letters is something you can do. You don't have to send the letter. Just write it. Just write down everything. Write down everything you felt, everything they did for you that was great. Thank them for their part in your life, for their time. Or it's not a very nice letter, and you write them and you tell them that it's, you know, F them for what they did, and you may never forgive them, but you're moving on. A letter, a written, handwritten letter, or typed, I suppose, but handwritten, takes your energy and puts it right into that piece of paper. A letter to the person that the relationship is ending with can be just as good as journaling. So try a letter. Just write a letter. Again, you don't have to send it to them. You can burn it. There's another visual for you. Write the letter, shred it, throw it down the toilet, whatever you need to do. But try writing a letter just so you can get it out of you into something else, and then you can remove it. What else have I got? Nature. We all love nature. You know, I'm a big nature girl. But walking in nature has health benefits, has mental benefits, has spiritual benefits. It's a scientifically proven fact that when you go into nature, you're going in and it's almost meditation. Well, let me rephrase that. It is meditation. So just going into nature and walking around and letting your mind and your thoughts go, it's going to be one way you can essentially work yourself out of the breakup. And I'm not saying don't cry, and I'm not saying don't take the time to grieve. What I'm saying is do some of these things so it's not so freaking hard. What's the next one? Your ceremony venue. Whether it was hand fasting, an actual marriage ceremony, the jumping over a stick, whatever your ceremony was, go back to the venue and say goodbye. End it. Closure. Simple things like this, and you guys can do it together if it's an amicable enough breakup. Go back to the place you guys, were connected at, and tell them, this is over, this is our spot, but we're done. The spot's not done, but we are. Simple things like this are going to help. And I know I sound half crazy, but they're easy and they work. So if they're easy and they work, there's no reason for you not to do them. What else we got? Ooh, take your favorite drive. If there was a path you guys took or a meandering that you did together, take it by yourself. Or, again, if you can take it with them one last time, do that. Try that. But even taking that last drive is going to be something. It's going to be a way of bringing closure to both of you. So not ours anymore. It's me now. What we got? Plan a trip. When you know the breakup is going to be done and their stuff is going to be finally out and you know it's over, plan a trip. That way you have something to look forward to when it's over. It doesn't have to be a full weekend abroad or, 2 weeks abroad or a month or whatever. It can be a night at your friend's house where you guys get stupid and you tell stories and you have a little fun night. Whatever you want to do. But plan something a few days after it's over. Or even if it has to be a couple weeks, it doesn't matter. Just plan something so you have something to look forward to that you are doing by yourself with your friends and people in your life and not this person. Again, simple, but handy. What else we got? Cleansing bath. You guys know how I feel about magic. It's also a visual if you want to look at it that way. So get in the bathtub. Wash it all off. Sit there and mull in it for a while. But as that water goes down the drain, closure. Very simple. Watch certain movies. Were there movies you guys like to watch together? Watch them. They don't have to be an us thing. You made it an us thing. It wasn't to begin with. You can always go back. Don't let the relationship take some things from you unless you need it to. Unless it's just too hard, then don't do it. Don't listen to me. However, if and when you're ready, and if and when you want to take active steps towards healing after an ending, these are things you can do. It's a psychological visual is what I call them, because they are visuals. They are different types of meditation. These are things that are scientifically proven in psychology and all blah, blah, blah. But they're also proven in the spiritual world. And magic is essentially a visual. You don't need the tools. Magic is in here. Whatever you want to call it, it's in you. So if you need the tools to use to get the visual to look better so you understand it, so you're actually seeing it, then do it. But if you don't have any tools, you can pretend in your head that you have the tools, and that's good enough. Because whatever relationship you were in, nothing here has changed unless you gave it to them. And most of the time you can take that back. Songs. Oh, there's a good one. Songs. Go listen to those songs. Go cry over those songs. Go sing your heart out to those songs. That's one of my favorite things. Sound therapy is amazing, and I'm a huge fan. So, go listen to the songs. Sing them or don't. Listen to them or don't. It's up to you. But it is a small thing that you can do to help you move forward. What else do we got? Ooh, going back to when you're removing their stuff. Turn a song on, turn some music on, set the atmosphere, make it special for you, and go through and grab all their things. And as you grab their things, think of a good memory Bring up a good memory around that object, whether it was a time that they wore it, or the time that they had it on them, or the time that you gave it to them, or the time they gave it to you. Whatever the case is, when you pick up their things and you're taking them out of your life, put a good memory to it. Put a good intention in there. Don't just take these things and say F you to all of it, put a bad energy in them and throw them out. It's not going to work that well. See if you can't refocus and make sure that you are okay. Your relationship's over. You don't need to worry about them anymore. This is about you now. What else we got? Journaling. Journaling's a good one. If every once in a while something pops up and you just start crying, go grab a notebook and write down what you're feeling. It doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be every time. But if you can get a few posts in a book, then that way, when you are feeling bad about it in 3 or 4 months, you can go back and remember how bad it was at the beginning and remember that it is helping, that you are moving forward, but it may take time. You can do some of these little tricks to get over it. You can do some of these rituals to move forward and to help you heal. But it's going to be up to you to do them. I can't do them for you. I can do them with you, but I can't do them for you. What else we got? You can do a cutting the cord ceremony. I will try to remember to link one down below. It simply is another thing for you to look at and say, this is over, I'm cutting any connection, and we're done. And it's a good way of looking at it, and when you watch the candles burn, you literally watch them burn, and they disappear. There's nothing left. It's very essential that we see some of these things. All right, what else? Ooh, recreating the space that they occupied. If you lived together, or you gave them a part of a closet, or they had the kitchen, or whatever space that they had, recreate that. Make that your space. Make it a new hobby space. Make it a photo space. Make it yours. You can put whatever you want to up there. Make it your manifestation space. It can be your altar space. It can be whatever. But recreate any spaces that they occupied. So it is, again, removed from you and from your visual, from what's right in front of you. Because when it's right in front of you, it's really hard to notice. And it's like, hey me. And we don't want to do that anymore. One of my favorite things that I've probably ever done was to throw a divorce party. Divorce party. When I got divorced, it was June 16th, 2000. I've been divorced for a while now. But when I got my divorce papers, I grabbed a group of friends and we went to the beach and we celebrated. We told stories, we cried, we laughed. I think I was still drinking back then. All sorts. We had a very good night. We celebrated the fact that I was free. We celebrated their heartbreaks. There were so many stories I heard that night about how, I remember I'm not just the couple, I'm me. And we celebrated our individuality, even some of my friends were married, but they were still there to help me through it and to share their past breakups. So if you have a breakup, doesn't mean you can't throw a party. Celebrate you. That's okay. It's something that works, and it made me feel much better. And I still, every June 16th, I celebrate it. I don't throw a party every year, but I may on the 25th anniversary or something, just because I think that's funny, and why not? Your best act, your best things during this time, the things that are going to help are work, distraction, and connection. These are going to be the things that get you through the breakup. We have a tendency to isolate. We feel shameful and we hide. And it is the worst thing that we can do. And I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to reach out when you're sad and you look horrible and you're crying and you're just not great to be around. But there are times when it is necessary to reach out, and this is one of those times. Yes, this specific relationship is over, but you're not. Your other friendships are still there. People around you still love you. This is one person And yes, it's going to hurt. And yes, it's going to be tough. And yes, it's gonna suck. I hope this helps it suck a little less. We've all been broken up with. We've all broken up with somebody. So we've all been there. Stop pretending like this doesn't happen all the time. Stop pretending like you're the only one that this has ever happened to, because I'm sure your story is similar to somebody else's out there. Don't isolate. Don't feel shameful. Don't hide. This group is here to help you guys through different things. I'm here to help you guys through things. Everyone else is here to do the same. We're here as a support system. It's kind of why I put the group together, because not everyone wants to talk about this stuff, and I'd like to. So, if you have a breakup story you'd like to share it in a post in the group. I'll add a hashtag dating. Wait. Breakup. I'll figure out a hashtag. But add your story or put it in the comments below. Comments are my love language, like I've said. So, let me know if this helped. Let me know if you plan on doing anything. Let me know if you're going to have a divorce party, because those are quite fun, as I know. From my face to yours, I love you. I hope you have an amazing weekend. We will chat soon. Ciao.